Welcome to your astrology and spirituality overview for Friday the 18th of September. Would you like to go first today?
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Arundel. Well, the moon is in Libra and it's in opposition to Chiron, the wounded healer. Now, Chiron's a comet. It was first thought to be an asteroid and it was discovered in 1970. Chiron has a really unusual orbit, spending its most time in Aries and the least amount of its time, ironically, in the sign of Libra. So a lot of people will be having Chiron returns at the moment. So I think this moon position in an opposition to Chiron is asking us to think about where we feel tender, but also try to embrace it, not try to reject it. Or it could be that the skills that we gain from Chiron, because it does give us a lot of assets, can be projected out to help someone in a very supportive way through the sensitivity of the moon in Libra, which incidentally also forges a great link with the ruler of Libra, Venus, which is in the glorious Leo. So some kind of lovely interchange is possible today based on our sensitivity. Alisa, what cards have you chosen today?
Today we are going to use the magical fairy oracle cards, which are new to the show.
Wow.
I've used them quite a few times. I like to think of this idea of fairy energy to do with nature, really, to do with our environment. So let's have a look at what spiritual message comes up through that energy today. Okay, the word on this card is spiritual teacher. And it says, your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. Wow. So if you feel like you personally have that calling to share something that you've learned along your life journey that you feel could potentially help other people, it's time to just open up and share it, whether that is to a friend on the phone, whether that's in a blog post, whether that's in a more commercial way through a book or something like that. But I feel like, many of us have a lot of life experiences that we have gained a lot of wisdom from. And if we can share that with each other, especially if it has that spiritual element to it, we can help each other along our paths.
I always feel that one of the important things with this kind of stuff is that if you are a more down-to-earth person, you can still have a spiritual dimension. It may not be that you view yourself in that way. So if your wisdom is earthier and you have an instinct to guide someone, say, well, I really wouldn't be so quick to dive into that business opportunity because I think, you're not telling anyone what to do, you're just supporting a really close friend. That's actually a spiritual interjection, even if you don't necessarily see it that way.
Definitely.
Because you're a very grounded person.
Because we're all spiritual beings, and that doesn't mean that we always have to sit, on a floating fluffy cloud in the sky with our legs crossed in meditation. This is about the real grittiness of life, because we're human beings. It's about getting our hands in, getting involved. Could be through some sort of activism even, or spiritual activism where you are getting involved, but there's always that idea of trying to keep the vibration high and not descending into chaos. So
but also the most wonderful part of any spirituality is kindness. And kindness can be in various ways. It could be just going to get a cup of coffee for someone who's unfortunately and sadly living on the streets, or a pack of sandwiches that really lifts their day.
Or even saying hello to somebody, smiling. It's just
one of my lovely Facebook friends, Claire Byfield from Manchester, she was saying on Facebook the other day, Claire, that she saw this elderly gentleman saying hello to people outside the primary school, but no one was really interacting with him. So she wound her window down and started to have a lovely chat, which lasted, she said, for about 15 minutes. And it turned out that he'd been locked in through COVID, totally on his own, and was just absolutely craving some kind of human contact. And I'm sure that Claire's generosity of spirit, I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this story, it was openly shared on Facebook, meant that this person probably went away floating on air. And I think isolation is one of the biggest challenges of modern society. And everyone's talking about people working from home, for example, and that works well, but it also detaches us more, which is not necessarily always for the best.
No, that is just so lovely what Claire did there. And, beautiful, just reaching out, connecting with each other, teaching each other stuff. That's really, I feel, what makes the world go round, sharing in our experiences.
So the card you've chosen and the gorgeous opposition between Chiron and the Moon, and the Moon's beautiful sextile to Venus, Venus being the governing planet of the sign of Libra, means that some kind of sweetness can lift today, and it doesn't really matter how we do it.
Lovely, love that. So thank you so much for your energy and being with us here today. It's
and
really
all the amazing comments.
Yeah, you just love reading them, and just thank you so much. And if you do want to read your daily horoscope, you can find that in the description box beneath this video.
Oh, that's so lovely. And for now, from the A-Team, it is...
Goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from her. Goodbye.